Eleni, it's great to be here with you.
Well, hello, Cindy. First of all, it's great to be here with you and excited to have this kind of conversation tonight. A little bit about me. I'm based out of Dubai. I've been living here for the last 10 years with my family, married to my sweetheart from university, and I have two kids, one boy, 21 years old, and one girl, 19. For the last 10 years in the region, I've been working for Facebook, and before that, MultiChoice, Sony, Omnicom Group. And the last 2 months, what I've been doing is I set up my own business, a company focusing on diversity and inclusion and promoting gender equality in the region. And it's something I actually found out in my years during Facebook, where I was very much involved on a regional and global level when it comes to resource groups, D&I, and women empowerment throughout the whole time I was over there. So my passion became my business, and I'm really, really excited for that.
Yeah, I understand. That's fabulous. So what have you learned from trying to balance work and parenting? And what's your best advice for other working moms?
You want the truth? Because
give us the truth.
Because I don't think there's a balance. What I think there is that you have so many balls in your hands, which some of them are made of plastic, some of them are made of glass. I love this kind of example, actually. And you try to juggle all of them at the same time. So what you need to do, and what I try to do, is not to let them fall the ones which are made of glass, which were the most important for me. So I was always aware that there were some things I couldn't do properly. So I was trying every time to see what's most important for me and what was the worst scenario that can happen. So I had in my mind, I said, if I can go through that, then I can do the whole of the things I need to do in the best way. And sometimes I had to take a step back for my family or sometimes for the business, but I knew what I was dealing with.
What's one thing you wish you had known earlier on?
The one thing I wish I knew before is that being a mom is, except for the best thing in your life, is that I became a better person by being a mom, because the things, the qualifications, the capabilities, the way I managed to understand other people when they cannot talk, the way I can prioritize, multitask, communicate, these are things, these are capabilities I learned by being a parent. And I never knew the value of that until recently, when I saw how my kids became, and discussing that very openly or with other women and parents overall. So I wish I knew that from the beginning and felt more proud about being that 20 years ago.
How do you make yourself feel comfortable with the trade-offs that you have to make when you're juggling everything?
I have been crying a lot. So when I'm in a challenging situation, my way out is to cry a lot. So the way for me to feel comfortable is to think what is closer to my heart, and that if I lose that, how important this is for me. And the moment I know that, I feel comfortable. Then I know that 1 + 1 + 1 makes 3, and I know what I need to take out in order to make myself and the people around me be in the best position. And that's what makes me comfortable. I always have to think about this, and it's what makes sense to my heart, actually.
So, Eleni, tell me, have you ever experienced mom guilt?
Are you joking? From a scale to 1 to 10, I had 100, actually. And I was always feeling I left something behind. But I think it was 1 year ago, when it was during COVID and we're all together and discussing, and I was sharing this with them, and they surprised me by saying that they prefer I was a working mom and going out, because they said I would be completely miserable if I was a stay-at-home mom. And they preferred me to be out there and push them for what they were doing. So I had guilt, but they were just fine. And the funny thing is also that my son, for his thesis at his university that he had to create, the topic he decided to do was diversity and inclusion in the workspace. So not only he didn't feel uncomfortable for me being out of home, but he took this as a learning and he has already embedded it in his own life. So yeah, I have no guilt anymore.
Wow, this was really fabulous. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat.
Thank you, Cindy. And I do hope that what you do right now is an amazing initiative. I love it. And being a mom and being proud to be a mom is something that we should never forget, no matter where we are, what age we are, and where we live.
This is wonderful. Thanks so much.